All right, we're making excellent time here. I'm going to slip these over for my I cord before finishing row 15. So here we are, row 15. What does it say? We're going to purl 1, got it, C3L. So let's look at that, and you can say, because it's going to lean left, we know that the knits are going to go to the front. You must be pretty proud of yourselves now, because I'm sure that that's starting to kind of be second nature. And it all comes to how you read your knitting. You want to learn to read knitting. So now we're going to knit those. Now when we get toward the next stitches, you're going to see that they lean to the right. And it's really difficult to make a mistake at this point, because if something's not right, you're going to catch it right as you're going, and it'll give you a chance to kind of backtrack, and maybe you've gotten the wrong page or wrong row noted. And if you're part of my knit-alongs, you know my trick to how I keep my rows organized. I have a magnetic clipboard that I absolutely love. Okay, so now we did right. Now this one's going to have to go left. So we're going to slip them off, hold them to the front. Whoop. Return them and knit, knit. And it's important that we do work them as they lay there, because what we want, once we get these two, what makes the pattern is you have the pearls in the center. So if you said, oh, well, no one's going to see them, I'm just going to knit them, that wouldn't work, because you want those pearls, when you twist them, to be on the inside. Sometimes you do, and other times you want them all to be knit. Okay, so we're going to carry on. We did that. It's going to ask me to turn this one again to the right. So hold them to the back, knit, knit, and then we're going to come back, put those back onto our needle, and purl and purl. Purl 1, purl 2. Okay. Now it wants me to C4L. Same as before, we already know these are going to get held to the front. Then purl, purl, return them to your needle, knit, knit, and then you're going to do the 3-stitch cable. We're going to hold it to the back. Oh, there you go. I'm going to knit and knit. Get him back on here as I removed him. Purl. And then purl again. That leaves me with my I cord. I'm going to turn him around, slip him, knit him, and because this is an even number, I'm just going to work them as they're presented. And that is all there is to it. It is a 15, actually it's technically a 16 row repeat. So this is row 16, and what we're going to do once we get back with this one, we're going to move our marker. We're going to go straight back to row number 1, and we're going to repeat the entire process. That is this 24-stitch cable, and I think we've covered all of the cable twists that we need. If you have any questions, then I'm going to be meeting you in group. We can discuss them there, and I'll send any clarification videos as needed. But I really think that these are going to come together rather quickly, because It's not difficult. I think that cables are very intimidating and they're scary. Now, I didn't go through a whole lot of the non-cable. I realized as I was doing it that it was going to confuse, and I don't want to muddy waters here. So I went ahead and used most of the stitches, the cable twists, I did them with my cable needle, but I am going to send some videos separate from the pattern to the knit along group, so that we have a better idea of how you can do them without the needles, because eventually, because they're so small, those little twists that you do, they're never more than 2 stitches at a time. So if we were holding, 4 or 5 stitches in the back of the work, well, that would not be recommended, to not do them without the cable. But in this case, I think that it's worth a try. But for now, let's just use the cable needle until we get familiar with how the cables work, and I will see you again real soon.